Just a fantastic face image in this Libyan Desert Glass Paleo Story Stone effigy from Egypt. This is a fantastic older face looking off to the left, very reminiscent of the Maya gods that were depicted in classical Maya times between, say, 3 and 600 AD. But this was made over 12,000 years ago and is a Paleo Story Stone effigy made out of Libyan desert glass depicting faces, human faces, one young and one old, and mammoth images, one young and one old, or proboscidean images, mastodon images. Paleo-proboscideans and human faces make up story stone effigies. Again, one young and one old face, one young and one old mammoth. And speaking of the old mammoth, we have the old mammoth now, which is off to the left, facing to the left, and you can see in the upper left-hand corner its eye, that little round hole there is that chip there is the eye of the mammoth facing left with the face looking down, which is typical of a story stone. The faces are oftentimes looking down or looking up from the back of the mammoth. And when we display it as the young baby mammoth, now the face is looking up from the back of the mammoth and its baby trunk off to the right. And then, of course, we have some wonderful younger faces. This is the young face now, facing left, with kind of an elaborate, maybe horned shaman there, with two shaman horns coming up above the young face's head. Again, and we have the young face again here as well, now facing off to the right, with those two shaman horns up above. And we have the baby mammoth now facing right, and the baby mammoth now facing left. And again, the mature mammoth now facing right, with that hole up there in the upper right-hand corner, the eye. Just a fantastic Paleo story stone face and mammoth effigy made out of Libyan desert glass. And the Paleo Indians ground this very beautifully. They ground this surface here. That surface has all been ground there. And they ground it to form this image, to form this effigy. And surface grinding on Libyan desert glass actually is quite common and was done quite routinely in Paleolithic times. Here's another example of a nicely ground piece. What we have here is a great face. We have this, the eye of the face, the nose and the mouth, now facing off to the left. That's the young face. The old face is this eye, big droopy nose off to the right there. And this has been actually etched in Paleo times as well. So in this case, the beard of the face is etched right there. And then this surface is ground. That was ground in Paleo times. And this surface over here is, as you can see, very heavily ground. That whole surface right there has been heavily ground. And on this side, we have great faces too. The young face with the eye, which is the hole or the bubble in the glass. Here's the nose and the beard down here with the hair. They left the cortex of the stone to make the hair above the head. Then we have the older face with the big droopy nose off to the left. And of course we have the mammoth images now, which is the mature mammoth there facing right. We have a mature mammoth there facing left. We have the baby mammoth now facing right. And the baby mammoth facing left. Just a great flaked piece in Paleo times, Paleo story stone effigy. Then we have a couple of Aterian points right here made out of Libyan desert glass. I have a large collection of Aterian points, but the ones made out of Libyan desert glass are special. Here's a tanged Aterian point. This would have been made between 20,000 and 130,000 years ago, maybe stretching back to 150,000 years ago, but certainly within 20 to 130,000 years ago. And they're called Aterian points. And they're quite common, actually, found in Africa. And here's another Aterian point here, real cool one here. And this one has a little bit of etching remaining because these have been converted to story stone effigies at the end of their useful life expectancy. So another great, beautiful Aterian point. And then we have another biface here, Paleo biface. And this is a story stone effigy and was left as an offering, but at one time was a tool. So interesting pieces from Libya, from Egypt, western part of Egypt, in the Great Sand Sea Desert, and we have just a wonderful, wonderful effigy right there. Just a beauty, beautifully ground and carved. Libyan Desert Glass. These items were picked up in 2008, first discovered in 1932. How about that? That's a beautiful, beautiful face image right there. I want it to slip out of my hands here. There we go. Libyan Desert Glass, Paleo Story Stone, Face and Mammoth effigies from Egypt, Libya.